Hey, welcome back to Mr. Melvin Makes. Today I'm going to be working on a road trip with a sort of Volkswagen bus. I'm really inspired by this magnet I got while I was on a road trip myself with a couple of friends and my wife, and we went out to Colorado. So today I'm going to be starting with just the usual pencil first. I've got Sharpies ready, and I'm going to show you here too some things you might want to have around home in case you're following along with Mr. Melvin Makes. Crayola is great, pretty affordable. I have a set of crayons, and watercolors might be great for this project. I'm going to finish mine all out with crayon today. I didn't feel like setting anything out to dry. So first you want to decide which way you're going to orient or position your paper. If you go horizontal or side to side, you've got more room for a background but less room for your bus. What I chose to do was vertical, which is up and down, otherwise known as portrait. That gives me a little bit more room to draw my bus and add that as my focal point. So I'm getting started using the handout I have to the left. These handouts will always be available on my Facebook page, so you can follow along with that in case you want access to any of those handouts. Start with step number 1, just a line across the bottom for the bottom of the bumper, bottom of the car, with two kind of long U's for the tires at the bottom, so almost like a curvy rectangle or a square for those tires. Go ahead and round out the that first line, turn it into kind of a rounded rectangle for the bumper, and then draw almost like a rainbow shape across the top. The actual vehicle would be pretty flat on top, so I leave that more flat than round in my actual one. Today you can see I am really making good use of my eraser, which I know for some is a really defeating moment, but don't let erasing become a moment of defeat. Just look how many times I've got to grab that eraser to help me out. Nothing wrong at all with erasing. That shows me that you are thinking about your drawing and really shows me that you want it to be perfect. So try your best and erase with pride. The next step here, after adding in that license plate, just a tiny rectangle along the bumper, is the trim detail for the bus. So if you're copying along with me, it's sort of shaped like the letter V, meeting in the middle and starting right about where the car curves on top. Adding 5 circles, I can do the lights and also the little detail in the center. And then with my 6th and 7th circle, I've got rear view mirrors. Lastly, I'm going to draw 2 rectangles about as even as I can possibly make them for the windshields of this bus. And I'm going a little bit above and beyond in my drawing today. You'll see that this drawing really took off. I had a lot of fun with it. I'm going a little bit above and beyond, adding some tiny details that I noticed in my magnet. So if you want to keep it simple, just stick with the 6 steps I showed. Otherwise, you can add 2 lines in each window to show the windshield wipers. Right now I'm doing my outlining. I want to talk about outlining. Super important that when you use Sharpie at home, you make sure you have something under your paper. If you have thin paper, especially printer paper, that Sharpie will bleed through onto whatever surface you have underneath. So I've always got this drawing board under my artwork. You might want to have a folder, a second piece of paper, or newspaper so you don't ruin your counter or wherever you're choosing to work. It's your road trip, so you have ultimate choice, just like always at Mr. Melvin Makes, of what your background will look like. For me, it has to be mountains. It just has to be. That is my happy place. So I am going to include in this video a quick how to make mountains mini tutorial within this tutorial. But I just want you to know right now, if you're happy with your bus and you've got a background in mind, have fun, make it on your own. But if you need some ideas or want to finish out my drawing, please follow along with this, with the rest of this tutorial. I'm going to have a kind of huge lonely mountain in the background, so large it's actually covered by clouds up front, kind of separated from the mountain line in front of it. So right now I'm just using my best pencil work to kind of draw those clouds. If you're interested in clouds like the ones I'm making today, good news is if you can write the letter C, then you can make these clouds. I just start usually in the center with a larger C and then continue a C or more on both sides. So if you're looking closely, all these clouds are the letter C. You know, it doesn't have to be anything fancy at all. What you'll see next is myself adding in tiny details to each mountain with my pencil. I want to talk more about that in greater detail in a mini sort of tutorial that's coming up in just a couple seconds. So just strap in and enjoy the video for the next couple moments. I'll be right back. Alright, here is a tutorial in a tutorial. This is drawing mountains with Mr. Melvin. Mountains are probably one of my favorite things to just doodle when I have free time. If you follow a lot of my personal art, you can, you pretty much know that mountains are just something I do. I enjoy them. So I want to do a quick tutorial on how you can make mountains kind of the Mr. Melvin way. So the great news about a mountain is that they do not have to be perfect. Just kind of a pointy line, a zigzaggy line that goes across the paper. And I like to do multiple rows. So I've got 3 rows showing overlapping. One kind of smaller, another medium, and then a final larger to show distance backwards. The idea of texture in the mountain is starting at each peak, so the point up, and drawing kind of a wavy line down. If you want to compare it to lightning, I think you'd have a really good idea of what I'm talking about. So at the peak, just one wavy line down, and then off of each bend, another line to the side. This is just kind of the way you can show the texture of the mountain. And what I like to do when I outline is use a separate Sharpie for those tiny details. And that is Mountains the Mr. Melvin way. So right now I'm just finishing up those details. Again, you can see I'm using the ultra fine point for the texture, whereas I use the regular fine point Sharpie for the initial mountain lines. There you've got it. You just learned how to draw mountains with Mr. Melvin. Let's go back to our road trip. Alright, I really hope if you were following along you found mountains easier to draw than you've thought before. There really is no wrong way to do it. But next I want to talk about these kind of clouds that I enjoy to do. I told you before, if you can make the letter C, you can make these clouds, but I want to talk about the details I enjoy to add inside. So again, I like to use my ultra fine point Sharpie for these tiny details because clouds are meant to be light and airy. So after you trace those initial C's you made, I just go inside of each little one pretending it's kind of like a sphere or a ball, and I just add more curved lines inside. That kind of creates this sort of windy effect that makes it look like these clouds are moving with wind. Again, this is just my way of doing things. You can figure out your own way or invent your own way, and that'd be really super cool and unique. Next, I'm going to start adding in my color. This is again where you ultimately have choice, but in my description below I'll talk about all of the colors I used. Again, for this project, I'm mostly using earth tones with some orange and reds to kind of show the rusty color of the mountains behind the van, but also just to add a pop of color to the van itself. So I'm going to get started with blues and oranges for my van, and before I start doing any coloring, I might just want to erase up any pencil lines that are still showing through and wouldn't get covered up by the crayons. So going in again, like before, with my lighter color first, and then I'm going to add value with darker colors on top. This is always just a great kind of standard whenever you're doing coloring, whether it's colored pencil, crayon, whatever. The top of my van is going to be mostly blue. I'm starting with a sky blue and just filling that in lightly. In the top right corner, you might have noticed I drew a kind of half or quarter circle. That's going to be the sun in my picture, so I'm keeping in mind that all of the light is coming from that area. So that would mean the front of my van is going to be darker than the top of the van, or the sides even. So to show that, I am putting more pressure in my hand to make a darker sort of blue up front and on the sides that would be covered by shadow. For the windshield, I want to leave a lot of it white to show the glare of the sun reflecting off of it. So I'm just using kind of a seafoam green to show the color of glass. And I thought that would be a great color too for the top of my van, just to add some visual interest to that initial sky blue. For the sort of M in the center, I'm just using the color black to show the value on there, leaving a lot of white open areas to show that it is a shiny material. I want to pretend that this is like a kind of metal on top of the body of the car. Going forward, I'm going to just keep coloring kind of the same way I described for the blue above, except this time I'm going to be using my oranges. So I've got a lighter orange and a darker orange, same concept. Start with my lighter color and then go into the areas of darker value with my darker orange, my kind of red orange. So you'll, if you're following along, you will see that happening in just a bit here. Okay, last but not least, I am going to color my background. I'm just using a sort of light and dark version of each color for the grassy area, the mountain, the lonely mountain in the back, and then the sky. Follow along, and I hope you enjoy this last little bit of this tutorial. We're almost finished. Alright, I really got myself carried away with this drawing. It was a lot of fun for me. I hope it was a lot of fun for you too. If you stuck with me through the whole time, I just want to give you a huge thanks. Really means a lot that you're supporting my art and the arts in general. So I feel very proud of what I made today, and I hope that you do too. No matter how yours turned out, I'm sure that you've got something that you can take a little bit of pride in. Share with your friends and family, share with me. And enjoy Mr. Melvin Makes. Take care.